right, good morning to you, beautiful people. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the Black Money and Power Show, as we are going to be covering crypto token, basic attention token here today. I want to thank so much for tuning in, for your support. All hit the like button, share button, all of good stuff, as we have some free financial education for the nation, for our population, for our people here in the Black community to learn what we don't know about money, so we can make our money work harder for us than we work for it. We're going to start today, like we are going to be doing mostly, with a little daily motivation to help us get ready for today. It is morning time here, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we want to start with some daily motivation before we get into the money. So we call this a money and motivation show. This is going to come from Dennis Kimbro, who is, I would say, one of our most prolific Black authors. And we're going to be talking today about the title is Standing Room Only. But let me pull this up for you so you guys can see the book in case you guys want to get it. I think it's something that you can always, come to on any particular day. And I've been reading this book probably for, 3 years or so, something like that. So I'll share that with you guys here on the screen. Daily Motivation for African American Success, Standing Room Only. We got a quote from Hattie McDaniel, a film star, says this: "I did what I had to do. I did what I had to do," end quote. I did what I had to do. What are we going to do when we achieve our current goals? Latch on to another dream, of course. What do mountain climbers do when they reach the top of a mountain? Find another mountain. So often people firmly established at the height of success look back on their time of struggle as the happiest years of their life. In other words, winning is fun. That's the purpose of the game, but so is playing. An old man enjoyed a fall day as he sat on a park bench. He seemed almost unaware of a little boy playing in the leaves nearby. The infant, less than a year old, was trying desperately to stand on his own as his mother watched. The child would look at the old man, try to stand, only to discover that his method wasn't working. After a few seconds, he would tumble over in the leaves with a surprised look on his face. The old man smiled. The scene played again and again with a few tears and determination added. While his mother was busy chatting with the neighbor, others watched and wondered, why doesn't the old man help him? Why doesn't he make it easier for the little boy? Then came a brief whisper from his elderly companion. "You can make it, son." And make it he did. The young child planted his sturdy little legs, finally took his hands off the ground, and with a wobbly effort, he stood. He was delighted with himself. The old man reached out a gnarled hand to hold the dimpled one stretching forward. A wise man says, sometimes he helps best who only stays nearby and lets growth occur. Sometimes he helps best who only stays nearby and lets growth occur. Here today is our affirmation of the day for our passage of motivation for today. Simply says this, repeat after me: stay focused on your goal and enjoy the journey. Stay focused on your goal and enjoy the journey. And it's roll call time here today on our show. Let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country, what city, what state, what country you might be connecting from here today, as we are going to dive into this crypto thing here today. And we're going to be looking at this thing called basic attention coin. So I think I'm going to switch this up here. Something like this. Have that thing go down. Yep, there we go. And I'll make it bigger for you. So let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country. Roll call time here, as we're going to dive into basic attention coin. I will tell you, we won't get through all of this. It's pretty robust, what we're going to be looking at here today. But we'll get through what we can get through, and then the rest you can do for your homework. Okay, Elizabeth Guffridge in the house. Thanks so much for joining us here today. Out of Pennsylvania, Miss Vivian Reed has joined us as well. Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us out of Brooklyn, Mr. Antoine Lowry. Thanks so much, man, for your support. Your continued support out of South Carolina. What's going on with you, Miss Sincere Newman out of Mableton, Georgia? Thanks so much for joining us, brother Credit King Steve. I see you doing your thing. I believe I saw a $1 credit consultation with people, man. You really doing your thing, man. You really stepping up, brother. So at some point, just let me know, man. We'll be able to bring you on. We can do maybe a Financial Friday show. I don't know if this is too early for you, but I talk all things money, and credit is one of those avenues. Mr. Michael Brown out of Central Florida, thanks so much for joining us today on the Black Money and Power Show. So let's start, guys, by doing a quick recap. I think I'm coming in clear. I think you guys can hear me. Take a look at the cryptocurrency market here on this Money Monday. We have a lot of stuff going on right now. I'm pretty excited to be looking at this here today. We have over 10,000, almost 10,300 crypto tokens that have been created and used throughout the world. So understand there are a lot of coins, What this website does is give you basically list the top 100 coins based upon market cap. That would be the money that's flowing within that token. And we saw Bitcoin at one point in time, probably 2 months ago, was at a $1 trillion market cap by itself. But the total global crypto market is sitting at $1.65 trillion. This amount of money that's flowing in this crypto market space between people that have acquired coins at whatever price they have acquired it for. And this is how much money is tied into cryptocurrency right now. A lot of people are calling crypto, the future of finance. And I think the token that we'll look at today, I find it to be pretty interesting, so to speak. But we got $1.65 trillion in this market space. I really haven't compared that. At some point, I probably need to compare that to how much money is in the stock market versus how much money is in the real estate market and how much money is in the Forex market. I think that'd be a good comparison. I'll probably do that on Friday. Bitcoin dominates the market at 41%. That I would say at one point, Bitcoin was probably about 70% domination of the market. So the altcoins or alternative coins are catching up. What's very interesting is to watch Bitcoin and then also to determine if you get into the space, other tokens that may follow the Bitcoin run. And you can find some very, very valuable things at a low price right now that could bring back possible huge returns, all based upon risk versus reward. And a lot of the market really follows the Bitcoin pattern. So just letting you guys know that 20% of the market is Ethereum. So we're talking about 60% of cryptocurrency space right now, as far as the money tied up in cryptos, between two coins. The two, probably, I would say Bitcoin is obviously the originator, the first coin. Ethereum is it's just a pretty dope blockchain or project or platform or technology on the blockchain, which is the technology that backs all of cryptocurrency. But anyway, our purpose of today is to look at basic attention token, or BAT, B-A-T. Everybody put in console BAT, which is the ticker symbol for basic attention token on in the cryptocurrency market. So we'll start here. We're going to go a couple different places today. A lot of this stuff obviously is going to say the same thing because it's giving the same overview. But there's two things to basic attention token that's kind of important. First is the token, but then second is going to be what they call this thing called Brave. So just these two words, basic attention token and brave, like a brave person, very brave, bold, brave. BAT, or basic attention token, is already at its has a total supply, and it's already at a max supply as far as how many tokens are out in the market. 100,000 million, 1.5 billion market cap. As far as your max supply of tokens is concerned, right now it's trading at 77 cents per coin. And that is actually the volume is down 12% over the past 24 hours, and we can also see that it's up 2.71% over the past 24 hours. So relatively inexpensive token, but I think again the purpose of why we do this is to learn about what this token is, why it's created, and see if we see any value in it. It's the 74th ranked coin in the market. I have a live price data, but we're going to come here. What is it actually? So we're going to be reading here. Then we'll go over to Coinbase. Then we'll go over to Decrypt, and then we'll go over quite possibly to YouTube if we have enough time. So what is basic attention token, guys? Basic attention token, or BAT, is a token that powers a new blockchain-based digital advertising platform. Okay, so we have an advertising platform on the blockchain. All right, everybody put in console digital advertising. So when we think of basic attention token, we really can come over to digital advertising, which advertising pretty much is digital. It's coming through Facebook ads. That's the digital advertising. It's coming through Google. That's digital advertising. It's it's popping up on your phone some type of way when you go to other sites. That's digital advertising. So we understand digital advertising, but digital advertising through the blockchain is what this is. So when I talk about cryptocurrency and my fascination for it, and it obviously being a hot topic right now, is because it is disrupting every market. It's looking to have a space everywhere, and here's a space where we're gonna as we learn about it, we're starting to see something that's going to be able to rival what you do with Google, or what you do with Edge, or rival what you do with any of these search engines that are out here. As far as digital advertising, designed to fairly reward users for their attention. All right, so there's the word attention. So if they can get your attention while providing advertisers with a better return on their ad spend, okay. So let's look at this. Designed to fairly reward users. That would be you and I for our attention. So how many guys, would think about it this way? How many guys right now? I pretty much am on Facebook. Is where probably I get a lot of my Facebook and YouTube. I would say in the comments below, where do you get your news? Where do you get what's common for you as far as digital footprint is concerned? I would say YouTube and Facebook are my two most widely used digital platforms. I'm on YouTube a lot. I'm on Facebook a lot. I use other things as well, but if I think about what it just said, it said to reward a user. When I think of reward, that means I get paid some kind of way. And how many guys would like to start getting paid to read a timeline or to read articles? You're going to read them anyway. They captured your attention. You go read them. You go watch the video, something like that. But how would you feel if you could start getting paid to do that? Well, this is when they say fairly reward a user for their attention. If it can grab your attention and you're interested in it, you can actually start getting paid for it. And then it says also providing advertisers with a better return on ad spend, which, with data and capturing your attention with whatever is put out there, as far as a blog, as far as a ad is concerned, it should bring back a better return on what you budget as a business owner or as an advertiser. This experience is delivered through the Brave browser, where users can watch privacy-preserving adverts and receive BAT rewards for doing so. On the other hand, advertisers can deliver targeted ads to maximize engagement and cut down losses due to ad fraud and abuse. So putting digital advertising on the blockchain, open source, secure, and it's through this Brave browser. So there's basically a blockchain browser out here called Brave, which I'm going to say you probably, if this is something that interests you, you probably have to do your own homework on Brave browser. But it's an alternative to it's a blockchain alternative to Google, blockchain alternative to any other search engines that are out there. On the other hand, advertisers can deliver targeted ads to maximize engagement. The basic attention token itself is a unit of reward in its advertising ecosystem and is exchanged between advertisers, publishers, and users. Advertisers pay for their advertising campaigns in BAT tokens. Out of this budget, a small portion is distributed to advertisers, while 70% is distributed to users, whereas the intermediaries that typically drive up advertising costs are cut out of the equation to improve cost efficiency. Basic Attention Token launched in 2017, following one of the fastest sellout initial coin offerings of all time, with the platform raising a total of $35 million in under a minute. Since then, it has rolled out its attention-based advertising experience. Attention-based advertising experience to users in most countries through its Brave Rewards program. I think we might have to look at this Brave browser, Brave Rewards program. As of 2020, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada are the most active advertising campaigns. Okay, so again, the basic attention token, it basically defines itself. It's in this digital advertising space. There are coins that are out there. I thought we saw 1.5 billion, and they're distributed between those who advertise, those who publish those advertisements, and the users who read or watch those advertisements. So you get paid actually to read other people's stuff. Okay. What makes Basic Attention Token unique? The primary use case for the Basic Attention Token is a payment token for running advertising campaigns through Brave Ads. As of November 2020, advertisers must commit to a minimum ad spend of $2,500 per month to be able to launch their campaign, but a self-serve platform with potentially lower limits is currently in the pipeline. Currently, this advertising budget must be paid entirely in basic attention tokens, which advertisers can acquire from a variety of third-party exchange platforms. Out of this, Brave takes a small commission, and the rest is distributed to publishers and users. So we have 1.5 billion Brave tokens that have been. Hey, here's a problem that I see. Okay, hold on a second. 1.5 billion Brave tokens have been created or whatever are in supply. I wonder if they can increase that supply at any point in time, or I see some limits with this. What if it becomes super popular to do this? Is it possible to run out of tokens? That you could squeeze supply. I mean, this would be one of those tokens. I feel like you would need a unlimited supply. I mean, if you plan on taking on advertise, you already have a limit of $2,500 per month. What if you really took? I mean, one Super Bowl commercial could could take up could eat up 1.5 billion in tokens. So I'm wondering if this is what happens when what happens if this becomes very, very popular or adopted. Will it become too expensive because because your tokens are limited in supply? It runs up the price of the tokens the price of the tokens in order to be able to actually advertise, or is that $2,500 a month going to be static, where it really doesn't represent the amount of tokens, but it just represents an amount, and then no matter how many tokens equal up to 2,500, you will be able to do per month, and that would be the money coming into the market. This is very confusing. Well, I feel like they may have limited themselves in what they're trying to do. Why not have something that's unlimited? And that way you can take on as many advertisers as you would like, and you can continue to improve and scale your digital advertising platform. Anyway, one of the main distinguishing features about basic attention token, the Brave browser ecosystem, is the capacity to reward or tip users who are not yet part of the network. This includes both websites and individual Twitter users. These users can then securely register on the platform to collect any tips they have accumulated. Both Basic Attention Token and Brave Browser have achieved significant user uptake since their launch. As of October 2020, Brave Browser have a total of 20.5 million active monthly users, whereas the Basic Attention Token is now held by a total of more than 368,000 unique wallets. Okay, so this answers the next question I just had. So how many basic attention tokens are in circulation? The basic attention token has a maximum total supply of 1.5 billion tokens. This cannot be increased without switching to a new token smart contract. Almost all of this supply is in current circulation. As a result, basic attention token can be considered almost fully diluted. This is interesting. All right. So it's on the Ethereum platform, Ethereum network. You can read here how to buy, where you can buy basic attention tokens. So this is interesting. Digital advertising. I wonder. Great question. Good morning to you, Miss Debbie. How are you? Thanks so much for joining us. I wonder if that's going to actually be a problem. So, and also I would say, this is pretty new, and it's still probably hasn't been adopted as a result. I mean, as much as it probably could. And it's also, I found it's very, very difficult to get people to change or to switch. So this could be better, who knows, than Google or whatever. But Google and Facebook and all these different places have brand loyalty. They have their branding is pretty much it's embedded into society. So to get someone to switch to a new browser, I mean, how many guys actually use different browsers? Like, right, what browser do you currently use? In the comments below, what browser you currently use? So I use Google Chrome. I also have a Microsoft Edge on my laptop, but I never use it. I don't really like Microsoft Edge. It just, I don't know, it's too confusing. It's stuff all over the place. It really bothers my visuals. But what browser do you guys use on your laptop, PC, phone? Google Chrome has been well to me. Some people use Firefox, I guess. Well, boy, yeah. What platform? What browser do you use? And when's the last time you switched browsers? Like, I think it's gonna be very difficult. Although I think I like the idea, getting people to switch, or so I have to search with fully diluted. Okay, here's some questions here. All right, 1 second. Vivian said, can basic attention token become like Ethereum? No, it's not. Its purpose isn't to become any. Its purpose is to become what it is. So I wouldn't say it become like Ethereum. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain, so it uses the functionality of Ethereum, smart contracts and stuff like that to do what it does to function. But it's not meant to become like anything. It's meant to become what it is, which is basically your currency for the Brave browser. So in order for someone to advertise on the Brave browser, they pay in basic attention token. Basic attention token is the currency, is the exchange, is the dollar, so to speak, between, from what will be paid out to users who read stuff and watch stuff and who are advertised to, and then also from the advertiser who would then pay into to have their ads run on the basic on the Brave, through the Brave browser. All right, what is fully diluted? Fully diluted just simply means that they're all out there. It's out of the 1.5 billion tokens that have been created or that have been created, all of them are in use. Right? They're not being, like, sometimes you can have stuff that's still held by maybe they have a distribution schedule where they distribute 1,000 every week or something like that. Fully diluted just means like they're all distributed. So we got Firefox and Google Chrome. Use Chrome, Google Chrome. See, switching could be difficult for many people. I don't like switching, too confusing. I like to save my frequent tabs. Right? You probably have some passwords. You probably have some some stuff that you type in, it automatically pulls up, becomes very convenient for you. So I can see where, even if this is a better platform, possibly, and even if people can get paid to do it, which that drives some people. For most people, it's just going to be an inconvenience because they're actually going to be switching to something new, and that's not something that most people want to do. Most people like their routine, whatever they're used to. Here we have Coinbase, which is looking at, again, basic attention token. Again, I think we have a better understanding of what it is. A $1.2 billion market cap. So this is interesting. We didn't look at that on that side. We had a lot of people selling over the past 24 hours, as it relates to this particular token. Again, I think the adoption or the popularity or people, because in order for this, it seems like this is a very niche token, being that it's now. I wonder if there'll be other uses for it other than just through the Brave browser. You know what I mean? Like, will there be other browsers that will adopt the basic attention token, or is it just for that particular browser, which could be, again, could limit it from global exposure or whatever the case may be, or popularity or adoption? Because I would have if I'm not going to do anything with the Brave browser, if I'm not switching, then I really don't have any use of holding a basic attention token unless I'm just trading it. Or I'm getting paid for it. What other use? Now, I might be able to maybe do like a swap. Maybe there are these places where you can swap tokens out for other tokens, and I might get rid of it for something else. But then again, it is something that's free money. So we'll take a look at the Brave browser anyway. Basic Attention Token is an Ethereum token that powers Brave software, blockchain-based digital advertising platform. Internet users who browse the web using Brave's free browser can choose to replace the ads they see with ads on Brave's ad network. Users then receive Basic Attention Token from advertisers as compensation for their attention. So think about this: getting paid for your attention. Okay, this is what they're saying here. Hey, instead of, as an alternative to scrolling through Facebook all day, or scrolling through YouTube all the time, or on Instagram, just basically letting time go by, whatever captures your attention. What if you start getting paid for your attention? What if you start getting paid for your attention? So I think that bodes us to at least take a look at this Brave.com thing here, thingamajigger, for which they're talking about. So here's the important stuff. Okay, so we'll come back to that in just a second. So anyway, I think I've done enough here on Facebook. These are top stories here, but yeah, we're gonna go over. Oh, I didn't do this. We got a couple places to go. Is that what this is? I wonder. Will it take me under? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna take a look at this. I found a new space as well that I kind of like, which is, one second, guys. Okay, this thing is loading something up. I didn't really want to look at the white paper. I wasn't interested. Blockchain-based digital advertising, Brave software. Blockchain-based digital advertising. I thought I clicked. Oh, I did click on white paper. I'm sorry. So it's a blockchain-based digital advertising. I meant to go to the website, which I believe is probably going to be brave.com, but I might already be there. No, they got a different website. Okay, we'll go there next. Go there after this. Move this on over here. All right, so everybody put in console BAT and Brave and BAT. All right, so let's take a look here at Decrypto. I think this is another space which is pretty cool. Space to get some information. So I'm learning here. They actually have a wallet, so I'm trying to open up a wallet, a crypto wallet, where I could actually get paid to read this stuff as well. I just find it interesting. Again, I find a lot of different ways to have money keep coming into my platform, into my space, right? So anyway, what is Basic Attention Token? Again, is designed to make digital advertising fairer and more transparent for everyone. Privacy is protected, adverts are more relevant, and consumers even get compensated for their time looking at them. Get compensated for your time looking at it. If you're going to spend time on the internet, why not get paid for it, right? Love my hate, my internet relies on advertising. Revenue collected from selling ad space on websites can pay for both staff and content. Without an effective advertising model, many online businesses will struggle to survive. We look at what is BAT. I think we already kind of did that. Who created BAT? That's fine. Brief history of BAT. All right, so what's so special about BAT? Incentive users are directly rewarded with basic attention for tokens for watching or listening to advertisements. It's a better browser experience rather than a high volume or irrelevant ads. Users can have a smaller selection of targeted ads. Ads take up bandwidth, so the fewer there are on a page, the faster it loads. Privacy. User data is not collected without permission on a Brave browser. BAT uses the anonymized algorithm that withholds confidential information from the public eye. This means advertisers can create tailored ads, but can't use Brave to find out users' personal data. You got some privacy on this Brave network or Brave browser. How's Basic Attention produced? Is pre-mined. It's total 1.5 billion. We already know that. How does BAT work? Okay, here we go. Most digital adverts are seen directly from the internet. This is different with Brave. Online ads are blocked, and databases full of advertisements are instead downloaded onto users' devices. The BAT ledger system is based on the Ethereum blockchain. It anonymously records internet history to build up a picture of what the user's interests are. It also determines ads with the most user engagement. This is calculated by how long users watch or listen to the adverts, as well as how much on screen the ad took up. Using internet history and attention data, the Brave browser chooses adverts from the database that users are most likely to engage with. These are then shown on websites visited by the user. So let's make sure we understand browsers. So browser is just where you would go to different sites. So I'm using Chrome to find decrypt.co. I could be using the Brave browser to do this as well. And I think on my laptop, I might just do that. I mean, I might start toying around with it. I know my boy Wheeler does this, and we'll start talking about how we can again get paid. I mean, this is free money in a sense for doing what we're probably going to do anyway. What can you do with the BAT? All right, so this is important as well. The vast majority of tokens will be used to reward publishers for their ad space. Advertisers can pay the publishers in BAT with the amount determined by a website's level of user engagement. Users will also be compensated with BAT tokens. These can be exchanged for services on the platform as well as to purchase premium content. Brave has suggested that this might include access to higher quality films or music. So can you imagine this, right? There being some type of, movie or music movement, which says, with these amount of tokens or whatever, you could then, you can then use those free tokens or whatever, those acquired tokens to then watch this movie or listen to this or watch this concert. And this is where the world is going, man. All digital. I know we're opening back up the society, and people are getting back out in the summer and all that stuff. But that's not going to. People are still attached to their phone. They're still attached to their tablets and still attached to their laptops. And when the weekend is over, they get back to, trying to find things to do to find things to keep their attention. Right. This is what probably about 80% of your day is finding things to capture your attention, right? Finding things to capture your attention. The future, the success of the basic attention token depends on whether digital advertising as an industry decides to adopt this new model. This is what it depends on. That's exactly what we just said, right? If this will be adopted. So the thing is like, okay, well, what do I believe as far as, do I believe that this model will be adopted or not? If I believe that it will be, then it'll be something that I would then look to acquire and something I would look to own, so that if and when adoption does come, I'm in a premium position at 77 cents per token to see the value of my investment increase over time. If I believe in it, then it'll be something I say, well, hey, at least let me go check it out and see if there's some big difference, or if I'm interested in making the switch to start getting paid to read stuff, start getting paid to scroll, start getting paid to watch videos on YouTube versus now here's the interesting thing with YouTube, right? Or with Facebook, right? Facebook and YouTube is just software. I can still go to Facebook and I can still go to YouTube from the Brave browser. Remember, the browser just allows you to access these websites. You're not using Facebook. Well, some of us are, but Facebook isn't the browser. Facebook is the application. Facebook is the destination, right? The browser is what allows you to get to Facebook. So the browser would be synonymous or parallel, Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or whatever other search engines are out there, right? But I can still go to Facebook through Brave if I decided that Brave was going to be a browser of choice. And I'm saying to myself, if they're going to pay some kind of way, I might consider it, right? I might consider it, right? Let me see what you got. What's going on, Sedley? How you doing, brother? Nice. Thanks so much for your support. Appreciate you. Good morning. I use Firefox and Chrome. Said, if this platform becomes popular enough, then there's a possibility of it being bought by the big players on the Google and Fox. It's a great idea to get paid for attention. If they create competition, they could be bought and people get rich. Yeah. Well, I love that idea, man. I mean, typically anything that's smaller, that's new, like you said, if it becomes as blockchain and cryptocurrency becomes more mainstream, as it becomes more understood, as people become more knowledgeable about this space called cryptocurrency, then all of the alternative tokens or coins that have some use, whether it be something that we can browse on or some other tokens that we've already looked at, they become more valuable as well. They become more accepted as well as the whole industry. So this is more of I can say a top-down approach where we go from industry adoption, down to more micro, which would be the platforms or the projects within that industry, so to speak. So this is interesting stuff here. What's going on, Raheem Buford? How are you, man? Good morning to you, brother. Thanks so much for joining us from YouTube. What's going on with you, Hugh? What's going on, Mr. Little? How are you? This is just I'm just fascinated with cryptocurrency, guys. I'm a crazy crypto guy, but I'm not crazy enough not to do my research. That's what I can tell you. I'm not crazy enough not to do my own research and try to find out what I can find out, learn what I don't know, and I'm willing to do that. Let's finish up this future thing, and we'll move over to the websites and take a look at the Brave website and the basic attention token website after the break. So, so Brave began working with YouTube at the tail end of last year. Many artists who don't have enough views to get paid by YouTube itself use the ledger so they can receive some form of revenue for their work. However, the platform has faced some criticism by industry players. Some worry Brave would have too much control over digital advertising. Critics say it could alter how much the different parties get paid, with some arguing it pays far too much to publishers compared to existing models. However, it's still at the prototype stage. Although BAT can be bought and sold on exchanges, there is still no way for users to actually spend their tokens, creating a strange, almost closed ecosystem. That's exactly what I just said. I said, it can only be exchanged one place. That's the limitation. But that's also if that one place becomes super, super dope, and they do the stuff that people need to do, then that limitation becomes extremely valuable, because now it becomes collectible status, so to speak. Very hard to get. As the platform develops, BAT will need to develop a real-world utility, which will then give the token some sort of value. So this is basically project-related. It's connected to a Brave browser, and we're going to take a look here at we'll be taking a look here at Basic Attention Token, the website, and then also Brave browser, the website. Okay, so somebody said DuckDuckGo. Okay, I use DuckDuckGo for privacy. So so you got two people using DuckDuckGo. All right, so y'all familiar with making sure that y'all stuff isn't seen across the globe. Okay, I got you. We'll be right back after the break, guys. Oh yeah. All right, guys, check us out at the Black Bazaar at theblackbazaar.com, Afrocentric Marketplace, specialized Afrocentric home decor, personal care products, also Black art inspired gifts. You can shop Black and get some pretty cool stuff by checking out the Black Bazaar, www.theblackbazaar.com. Want you guys to remember this, that once you shop Black, you never go back. Again, guys, man, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Hit the like button, share button, all that good stuff as well. Because here's the deal, guys. Our community, we continue to complain about what people are not doing for us when we actually are doing stuff for ourselves. So we want to make sure we give our opportunity to our brothers and our sisters, our brethren, to get into this thing called financial education, financial literacy, as we might be really teaching about the future of finance. And my goal is really just to to provide some type of education, some access, awareness of things that are being created that we may not be aware of, but could very well be what our children, our children's children, and our children's children are using. So I think it's paramount for us to learn what we don't know, to be exposed to this thing, and that's exactly why we are doing this campaign to teach about cryptocurrency, at least for the next 90 days. So hit the like button, share button, tag somebody, and all the good stuff. We are talking about today's crypto education, the Basic Attention Token. Again, I found that we talk a lot about what people are not doing for us when we are actually doing it for ourselves. At any rate, so we are now at the Basic Attention Token website. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I want to go over to the Brave browser because that's where I guess where we really kind of need to know if this is something that we're interested in. Obviously, you have a little download button here. You could download Brave. I may do that. I'm gonna consider doing that from my laptop. I have a lot of different devices. I won't do it on my phone, but if I'm sitting here on my laptop and go to YouTube and all that stuff, might as well see what I can do over here. Anyway, BAT, the crypto asset for the new internet economy. I don't know about that. the $330 billion digital advertising industry is failing users, publishers, and advertisers-based tokens solves the endemic inefficiencies and privacy violations hobbling the digital ad industry. So this is all about the digital ad industry. BAT has been stunning since its integration into the Brave browser's first global private ad platform. 25.4 million monthly active users, 9.2 million daily active users. So that's still small compared. I mean, that's good, but it's small comparative to Facebook or Google or something like that. 1 million verified creators accepting BAT, millions of wallets created, thousands of ad campaigns with leading brands, a growing utility and innovator. I wonder what leading brands have ad campaigns through the Brave browser. I wonder if we could find that out. Okay, so here's how it works. Users earn for their attention. Users maintain privacy as they earn BAT for viewing ads. Sign up for Brave Rewards. Or you can be a creator. Great to get paid for making great content. Publishers and creators earn ad revenue, and users contribute contributions as well as tips. And then you have advertisers get a better return. Brave's anonymous accounting lets advertisers know their ads' effectiveness without violating policy. So here's some. It's the first crypto application to have more than 1 million users. That's pretty strong. Number of wallets, they have a lot of creators. So if you're a creator of some sense, network growth. So I guess YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so they're growing their creator network through YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. This is pretty strong. Our private ad network is the first of its kind. Okay, here's some people: Ashley Home Store, eToro, Upland, Verizon. So here's some of the industry brands that I don't know what Purple is. Nexo. So all of these basically eToro, BitPay, Crypto.com, BlockFi, they're all cryptocurrency businesses. Upland, I don't know what it is. Ashley Home Store, that's pretty interesting. Ashley and Verizon. Okay. So here's some participants. Okay, so crypto participants, CoinDesk, CoinMarketCap, Coinbase, okay. Advertisers, okay, so Upland and Purple are, hold on a second. BlockFi, Nexo, ZPay, BitPay, Nex, Purple, RG, Upland. I guess those sound like those are probably all crypto stuff. Here are publishers: Khan Academy, The Guardian. The Guardian is a magazine. Vimeo, we are familiar with that. Los Angeles Times, NPR, National Public Republic. So these are some of the Washington Post. So some news outlets are publishing on this platform. Here's some search. Y'all just mentioned DuckDuckGo, Once, Runaroo, gaming, some gamers, Theta TV, Gala Gaming, e-commerce, Origin. Can I click on this? I can't. And Tap Network. All right, so that's interesting. Okay, so they do have, I wouldn't necessarily say any of these participants or leading industry, none of these are like leaders. I mean, the Washington Post is pretty strong. I think the Washington Post is probably the biggest or the most well-known maybe publisher to use this token, and then therefore I obviously use the Brave browser. So the BAT and Brave browser, 10.6 million. Okay. I mean, that's actually pretty. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's only been around since 2017, right? 4 years. Let me see what happens what happens if you do Brave Rewards. What happens here? Get rewarded for browsing and support your favorite content creators. Look at that. Your attention is valuable. Earned by viewing privacy respecting ads, and pay it forward to support content creators you love. So basically, this is like a circulation type thing. You get it, you claim it, right? And then you might tip somebody for their great content. So, okay, all right. So this is making a little bit more sense now. So I think the idea, in a sense, is like never really for those BAT or the basic attention tokens to leave the ecosystem. So it's almost like I like this idea from a ecosystem standpoint of something. So let's just say, for example, for those that said, if you are a part of the BBC, go and put in comments on BBC. I think this is kind of interesting because let's just say you had your own organization. You know, the BBC is an organization, the Black Billionaires Club, that's its own thing. Or maybe you had, let's see here. Let's say a fraternity or a church, some type of organization where you had your own ecosystem. Let's just use a church, for example. So a church, obviously, you know, you tip or you pay your tithes, right? Your 10% or whatever. The church also typically has some type of store where you could buy a Bible or whatever the case may be. And then maybe they have a fitness center, you know, and you could go work out there. But what if that church organization, let's call it, I don't know, that organization created their own tokens and they already have their own ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like they already have their own ecosystem where when people go to that building or they participate in that organization, they at the meetings every Wednesday. They pretty much spend a lot of their life at the church, right? So they literally have their own ecosystem. Well, what if they had their own currency? And so that currency got paid out, for example, for participation. All right, you came to church, you got a free token. You did this, you did that, you did this, you started getting paid. But then what would you do with that money? You would then pay it back into the same ecosystem which it came from. So, say you went to say the church had a special program on a Friday night for singles or whatever. You went to that program and you would then tip the people who put on the show. You would tip them, back in the money that you earn from the church and to keep the ecosystem, and then they could get paid. This is actually a pretty cool idea. The only problem, though, is that with there being no way for that currency to leave that particular closed system, it doesn't allow for the value of that particular token to rise. You would need people coming into the ecosystem who are willing to pay more for the value that you created. I hope this is making sense to people. There needs to be some way for other people to enter into that system who are then willing to say, I love the system that you created, and I'm willing to pay more to own some of these tokens that you guys have because I want to participate in this system without necessarily becoming a part of this system. I don't want to join the club, but I do want to benefit from the club. I don't want to join the church, but I do want to benefit from the church. So the closed environment, I think, is limiting the value that this great idea. I think it's a great idea, but I think the execution of the idea, I'm wondering why. I mean, maybe because it just got started, maybe because that's the beginning process. Maybe there'll be a version 2.0 that comes out later. Maybe it's the prototype for some other browser or some other type of digital advertising system to be created. But I really do like the idea. Although I think they have limited themselves, number one, in the supply chain, and then number two, in the basically, in their borders. It's that you can only use this token in one space. So why would someone else who isn't on a Brave browser, why would they want a basic attention token? I mean, somebody help me. I mean, I'm just asking questions here. I mean, this is where my mind is going as I'm trying to project future value. Unless they open this stuff up, or unless the Brave browser becomes super, super popular, I'm not quite sure how the token itself, which is the currency, will become extremely more valuable. It may become more valuable than 77 cents, but extremely more valuable will depend on the subscription model or the users who have adopted the Brave.com. Okay. So at any rate, you can get some tokens and stuff like that. I mean, the website's cool and all that stuff, man. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day. So anyway, we're on the Brave platform now, Brave browser. Brave browse 3 times faster than Chrome. Brave stops online surveillance, loads content faster, and uses 35% less battery. Now, here's what I like about this Brave. It's faster, it's more secure, right? They're not out here selling your information. They're not selling your data so that other people can advertise to you. This is one of the, I would say, one of the pros to the Brave browser, probably a pro to the DuckDuckGo, where your information when you get online is basically masked. You're basically anonymous versus, you know, what Facebook does and what Google does and all that stuff, which is basically sell your data, sell your information to outside to other places. So if you're all about privacy, you're all about trying to get off the grid some type of way in a sense, then this could make huge sense for you, even if you're not really concerned about getting paid. It can make huge sense for you to quite possibly use a browser like Brave, which I'm sounding like I'm talking myself into it, more so than using a browser like Chrome. Okay, so let's look at why Brave. Why Brave? Okay, let's see here. Now, of course, the other alternative, you can use a VPN or something like that, a virtual privacy network, where you could mask where you're connected from. But that causes some problems sometimes. I think also you might have some issues if you're using something that requires maybe like let's say you try to go to your bank account or something like that. They can't recognize Brave as a browser. I'm not quite sure. It could be some issues there. But anyway, why you should use Brave over Chrome? A helpful Explain It Like I'm 5 series to show you why over 30 million people are using Brave today. Okay. So at any rate, you have these articles that you can go and read. Get rewarded for paying attention. What you do online is your business, not ours. Braves are built 3 times faster. So it's talking about efficiency, it's talking about security, and it's talking about getting paid, right? Efficiency, faster, right? Security, privacy. 3, rewards, getting paid. So you know, out of those 3, how important are these 3 to you? Now, I would say I like getting paid, but I think this privacy part is way more important to me. I'm not sold on if it's faster. It might be. It probably is. Probably not as congested, but the privacy part really has my attention. And I may do that on my laptop. See what happens. See what happens. What's going on, Mr. Troop? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for joining. I hope everything is well with you. So today, guys, we have really kind of dove into a quick overview of the basic attention token, and then it's connected to this Brave browser, which is basically a privacy web browser in the digital advertising space is what the token was created for. And I believe that again, as we learn more about the tokens, you know, that we may or may not, you know, decide to own or invest in or buy or whatever, I think that helps us make a better decision as far as its long-term value. You know, and if it's something we decide we want to own for whatever particular reason, I think we can kind of go through and say, man, this is something I'm interested in, something I'm not interested in, something I see value with, something I don't see value with. It's all about your belief and your faith. And I hope that these sessions are helping you to understand some of these cryptos better, helping you to you know, to learn how to kind of search for yourself, because there's over 10,000 coins. We'll only cover so many, and that's kind of what we have here today. In the comments below, I'd love you to share something that you learned today. We don't do this just to do this. We do this to make a difference, free financial education for our community, and hopefully you had some type of takeaway from our session here today. While you guys are typing, guys, I am will let you guys know what we have going on, so you can participate if you like. Today is Black Man Monday, so shout out to all of our brothers that are out there. Keep doing what you're doing, making a difference for our community. Happy Black Man Monday to you. We will be resuming our new, well, we started last night. We're resuming our New Black Wall Street Book Club After Dark series over on BBC TV. So make sure that you go ahead and go over to Facebook to our, I gotta put that in here, to our channel, our page where we have content creators collaborating. We have Financial Health Mentor, we have the Empowerment Duo, and more over on Black BC TV. It would be BBC TV on Facebook. So we're seeing if we got enough attention, if we can capture enough attention, garner enough attention to actually create our own network. So we're starting with the page first to see how many people really are interested in us creating our own content and us supporting us. So that's, kind of another version of Black BET, but that we actually own it ourselves. Anyway, I'm your host, ERGJ, certified global financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. I want you guys to remember this, man, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we really need. And thank God that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ hits the music.